Hello, I'm Joel Majewski, the designer for the game Mine All Mine, and what you're watching is a how-to play video. I'm going to take you through and show you how to set the game up, how the different cards work, and just take you through a sample round of play. So first, as we begin, the first thing you'll do is flip shuffle the planet cards. And it's like regular shuffling, except while you're shuffling, you'll simply flip the cards randomly. And then go ahead and lay this out. We'll be laying this game out for a 3-player game. So the first planet will be to the planet side, the second one moon side, and just so happened that's the way that worked out. And then secondly, you will now shuffle the ship cards and deal 3 to each player. These are just shuffled like regular, and we'll go ahead and lay them out here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then lastly, we will go ahead and assign the tracking clips. And with 3 players, we'll be using 3 colors. And so we'll put out the scorecard here. Put this out right there. And so red player, we'll put him right here. And that will be the player to your left. And then next the green player, be right here in the middle. Oh, there we go. And then finally the blue player, which will be the player to your right. And when we return, I'll show you how these cards have been used in play for each of the players, and we'll go through that sample round. During the break in the video, I went through the 3 different sets of cards and looked at what would work to give just a random assortment of the different abilities and different ships and how they would work together to give you a well-rounded view of how the cards played. And so, stepping through the rules, when you open it up and it says start here for how to play Mine All Mine, the first thing you do is look at how each fleet is compiled. Our red player chose to play just 2 of his 3 cards and saved 1 back for the next round of play. And the other 2, the green and the blue player, each played all their cards. So the first thing you do is add up speed. So the red player has a speed of 5 plus 2 is 7. For the green player, priority and shields don't add anything to speed, so he has a speed of 1. And the blue player has played the expert crew, which adds plus 3 to the highest attribute and plus 1 to each of the other attributes. Speed is only 2, so that's not the highest, but attack and cargo are both matched at 5. So the card here says that it would go first to speed and then to attack. So in that case, attack is no longer 5, but it will be 8, and then speed will be 3, and cargo will be 6 because of the expert crew card. So when we look at that, red player is definitely the fastest, so he will come on the first turn, and this is the way you play turns is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and again that's with 2 planet cards for a 3 and 4 player game. So the red player arrives first with a speed of 7. Because his speed is 4 or more greater than the next fastest fleet, which is our blue player with a speed of 3, space is skipped and he goes here. And, here you go, he goes here. And finally our green player with a speed of 1 goes here on the 4th turn. So then all we do is just resolve turns. So the first turn is resolved, the red player is uncontested, so he will get both those resources as long as he can carry them, which he has a cargo space for, so, and he does, he has a cargo space of 3, so he receives 2 points. Then you just move the token to the next space. Now on turn number 2, the red player is again uncontested, so he will get, he will get 1 additional point, maxing out his 3 cargo, but that's all he can carry. So he is finished and can't make use of the 4 resources that were available that round, only 1 of them on that turn. So then we move his clip here. Now there are 2 clips on the 3rd turn that we'll need to resolve that are together and representing 2 fleets. And so we'll look here at the red player and the blue player, compare their attacks. The red player has an attack of 1, blue player has an attack of 8. So the red player is chased off of the planet and will return his clip to his fleet space right here. Now the blue player is uncontested, so he will go ahead and mine in those spaces, and he'll be awarded 3 points. So now his score will be tied with the red players. Then we move his clip over here to the 4th turn. And we can look here now, there's another two fleets, the green and the blue, are fighting over this space, but because the green player has the shields, even though his attack is only 3, he can withstand attack of up to 8, and the blue player has an attack of 8, so therefore he can't chase him off the planet, can't force him to flee. So they will resolve collecting resources based on their speeds. So with a speed of 3 for the blue player and a speed of 1 for the green player, blue player goes first. So he will first get the mine the first point, raising his score to 4. Now the green player goes. We'll go ahead and put this priority card for 1 point, because that's been activated now. And then we look, he mines 1 resource for a second point, and then go back staggering to divide these up, and blue player gets 1 more for now a score of 5. And because they are together, they will continue to move to the next turn together. So look now on the 5th turn, and we want to compare and make sure that nobody's exceeding their cargo space. With the cargo of 2, the green player used 1 for a priority, so it can still do 1 more. So blue player gets 1 of these points, putting it up to 6. 4, 5, 6. Blue player is maxed out. He can continue moving, he just can't mine anymore. And the green player, now it's his turn to collect 1 resource point, which he'll do. Bring him to a score of 3. And he is also maxed out. So even though they can continue moving, which we'll do, to the 6th turn, nobody can collect any resources to increase their points. So now we resolve this turn. The turn is over. You can turn the clips to the players. But what we want to do is see how we resolve setting up for the next round. I'll show you that real quickly here. So we go ahead and look and see how many cards are played this round. And what we'll do is count those cards. So there was 2 played by the red player, 3 played by the green player, and 3 played by the blue player. So that's a total of 8 cards, and we'll take the rest of them and shuffle all these together like so, and we'll go ahead and deal out cards. But the question is, who do we start with? Well, usually we just look at lowest score, but green and red were both tied. However, the green player played the priority card, and that shows, as you can see here, that it would count his score as 10 points less, so that would push him into the negative. So we will go ahead and start with green, and we're dealing out 8 total cards. So look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as you can see, the card that was held back by the red player is going to give him a hand of 4 this turn. Blue player is only going to have a hand of 2 this round, and the green player will have a hand of 3 this round. Then we'll go ahead and take the planet cards, take all 3, and flip shuffle them like we did before. And we'll lay out 2 more, flipping them to the correct side, and you are ready to begin another round. So that is how we play Mine on Mine. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email at info@allfunandgames.com, and I hope you enjoy playing.